fun. Okay. Whoa. Whoa. Hello, my gorgeous ones. Welcome to Alicia Budget Beauty. My name is Alicia here on my channel. I love affordable fashion, beauty. I do hauls, tutorials, reviews, all sorts of fun stuff. So if that sounds good to you, please subscribe, stick around, be a friend. All right, you guys, I'm super excited. I have another really fun, and I'm going to tell you right now, incredibly meticulously detailed collab to share with you guys from one of my favorite drugstore brands, Profusion. We have the Casper Collection, and I'm going to tell you guys, I've only tested a couple of these and the rest I'm going to do on camera. And I know Profusion really well. I've been buying their products for years, one of my favorite brands. The attention to these details are so good. So if they perform well, we could have a huge hit on our hands. So if you want to see a couple of looks and all of these cute, adorable details from the collection, keep on watching. All right, you guys, so let me show you this box that this came in. This thing was massive. This is the PR box that came, and I believe you can purchase the whole collection. I'll have any of those details in the description, but massive box. And it was packaged so well, by the way. So you guys, let me just do a quick little overview about Profusion and my experience with them. So like I said, I've been purchasing them for years. I always talk about those 10-pan palettes. If you guys have been watching my channel for a while, I feel like we have ghosts playing with the lighting right now. Lighting is coming in and out like crazy. Bear with me. I've been talking about those 10-pan palettes forever on my channel. So I have about 7 of those, I think, that I purchased myself. I love their brushes. I always compare them. Actually, I've got a few right here. So these aren't from the collection. These are just ones that I own, but I compare these to Sigma. I think they are Sigma level brushes. So good. Like, they should be more expensive, but I'm glad that they're not. I also use their false lashes all the time. The faux mink ones are some of my favorites. I buy I think it's a 5-pack for like $7 from Walmart. So Profusion has been one of my favorite brands for a long time. And I just wanted to kind of just get that out there and let you guys know that even though I'm getting some of these things in PR, these are brands that I have been loyal to for years, way before anything was sent to me. But let me show you now everything that was in this box. All right, so I've already taken like everything out of the actual like packaging like this, but I just wanted to show you if you were to get it in, it would come in just cute little design packaging here. Really adorable. But I have most of the things already in this cute little bag. Look at this. It's this like iridescent bag with a Casper on it, and inside this bag actually it says that it includes face and body gems. So if you buy the bag, you will get these little face gems. So here they are these little stars. They're kind of iridescent as well. And I'm going to say this real quick before I show you everything. I really feel like this collection is perfect for winter. Like, even though we're at the end of spooky season here, and I was like, oh, I'm getting this kind of late and spooky season's about to be over. Once I started looking at everything, I realized this is ideal for winter time. So we'll just preface that. I mean, you could use these for like winter looks as well. It doesn't have to be spooky season. But also this came in a set. So this is a Ghoulish Glow Illuminating Face Primer. Look how gorgeous this is, by the way. And then this is the Ghoulish Glow Illuminating Setting Spray. So you definitely shake this up, because before I shook it up, all the sparkle was here at the bottom and this part was clear. And okay, you guys, so I actually used this today. Here's what the skin is looking like. I was a little bit concerned at first. I thought, oh, is this gonna like turn my face purple? No. So this is, actually, let me just open it up. This is pretty clear. And then put a little on my hand. It's like a clear oil, and then with some sparkles. A little bit actually goes a long way here, but you can see that shine like this. So I don't feel like my skin is overly greasy or anything. Now, I will say I have dry skin. I do use primers like this all the time or mix it in with my foundation. So for me, this is something I would use all the time. If you are oily skin, this probably is not going to be for you actually, but I do believe that it has some skincare in it. I think hyaluronic acid maybe, and maybe like vitamin E. So it does have skincare benefits. And then for the illuminating setting spray, I used this as well. And what's cool about this, I'm not sure that you guys are going to be able to tell here or not. I've got a little swatch left over right there. So I was concerned that this might be one of those that when you spray it, it has like big globs of just like glitter that looks really unnatural. This sprayed really evenly and it has tiny sparkles in it that I think is really fun for something like New Year's. This would be really fun because it's not over the top sparkles, but maybe every day you don't want, you know, just like little random little sparkly things on your face. But I think for special occasions, it's really fun. And I love that it doesn't have those chunks in it. So those are two winners in my opinion. Now we also have, I need to move this box in front of me. Okay, now I can get closer. We also have these two sponges. They came in a set. These are so cute. I have that upside down. Look how cute that they made them in like little Casper shapes, and he has two different expressions here. These are pretty soft actually. I said in my Scooby-Doo one with Wet n Wild that I'm not a big sponge person, so I'd rather just kind of keep them clean and have them look really cute. But they do feel like anytime that I did use sponges and enjoyed them, they feel like the good ones from Wet n Wild, or even maybe the ones from Shop Miss A. If you're familiar with those pawpaw sponges, that's kind of what these feel like. So if you're a sponge girl, I think you would enjoy that. Now we also have these 3 lip and cheek tints. So let me go ahead and just do a little swatch right here. Super smooth. So this one is, I think that's the brighter pink. Let's see. This is the one that I'm like crazy about, this shade, because it's this gorgeous, like cool tone, purpley pink. And then, okay, yeah, this is like the poppy color here. Okay, so here are the 3 shades. We have a bright pink, one that's a little bit more like a deeper, like a poppy color, and then that cool toned purpley pink, which is absolutely, I think, going to be my favorite. Now I saved, these can be used for the cheeks and the lips, and I saved the one that I think I'm gonna like the most for the lips today, and I used this shade, yes, right here on the cheeks. It's a lot brighter than I thought it was going to be. I kind of wish it was a little bit more like on a cooler tone side, because the eyeshadow palette's so cool tone, you'll see in a minute. But I mean, it looks really pretty on the cheeks. And yeah, I think that the formula is really nice. And we will try that purple one out on the lips today. I'm gonna try to do a look on each eye today and then another look tomorrow for a total of 3 looks. So I'll use the other lip tomorrow in a different blush shade. Now, I am so excited to use these. I cannot wait. These look gorgeous. These are the holographic highlighters. You guys, these look stunning. Oh, it's kind of hard to tell. It's like washing it out here, but man, do they look pretty. So we have like a purpley shifty one. These look like these are so shifty. So let me go ahead and just swatch. It's so bright, the light here. And then these are also so kind of bright that, oh my gosh. Wowza. Okay, wow. Those look gorgeous. I am so excited to use those. Whoa. Honestly, these like kind of remind me of like indie highlighters. Like so cool. Okay, then we also have these 3 lip toppers, and I went ahead and swatched them out right here. These look so pretty. They kind of shift. Like this one's pretty much just golden, but this one's like a pinky gold. This one's a bluish purple. I've grown to love glosses like this just on their own, sometimes over a matte lipstick. So pretty. And these felt like they're not going to be sticky at all. And then we also have these 3 liquid liners that are duochrome liners. They are a brush tip, and I went ahead and swatched them out right here. These look so pretty. This one's like a pink gold. This one is an orange to gold. And then this one is like a purple blue to like teal. Kind of hard to see right here, but looking down, I can really see that shift. Again, so cool for a drugstore. So much stuff in this box. It's crazy. Okay, we have these brushes. These are so cute. They are supposed to look like little witch brooms. That is so creative. So they have this like little wooden effect, and then they've got these little charms right here. You can remove these if you want, but I just thought that was so neat. Again, those attention to detail are just crazy to me. And like I've already said, I love Profusion brushes. They are such good quality. Then we have the palette, and the palette, you guys, I'm so excited about. So I had already seen this collection. My friend Heather got a few things. My girl Steph had already shown some. So when I saw this palette and saw some swatches, I was like, oh, I need it. Look how beautiful this is, you guys. Like, this is stunning. And look at that, like this moves around. Casper's little, like there's little bats in here. There's like the little gems. So impressive. But you guys, this color story actually reminds me so much of the new Lunar Beauty, the Siren Sunset or Sunset. Yeah, Siren Sunset, which I have on the way that I ordered. Now, if you took away the warm tones in here, I see Siren Sunset, so that's kind of crazy. But this is mainly cool tone. You have a few pops of warm tones in here. And this is what I mean about this looks like a winter palette to me. Now, this side just right here, and then this one, which is kind of like a weird placement for this shadow, but I still see fall right here. But all the rest of it screams winter to me. So I think you can definitely use this palette for a while. Also the details, like the little, what do you call it? The film, the sticker, you know what I'm talking about. Protective covers over the mirrors. Like this one says so beautiful. And then also on the mirror, which is so cute, you guys. This like iridescence that they chose to use was so smart. But right here, this one has Casper, and it's like Boo with the little like mean ghost face. By the way, currently watching like the 1995 version again with my kids. They don't find it as good as I do, but I loved that movie growing up. So good. Okay, last item is a pack of the lashes. I love that they put different styles in here. So we have like a little bit more dramatic. We have some like spiky clusters. We have more of like a flirty flare, some kind of natural, and then glam, but nothing too over the top. So cute. All right, you guys, we really need to dig into this because this video is probably already going to be like 45 minutes long. So, you know, grab you a hot chocolate, get a cozy blanket, and let's create some looks with this fun collection. All right, you guys, I'm gonna try to use as many shadows as I can, but I mean, this is a pretty big palette. This is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 by 4, so 28 shades. That's a pretty big palette. And you guys, I was wrong. This isn't like a cover. This is just the mirror. And so the So Beautiful stays on there, which is so cute. Okay, I'm just going to start going in. I think I'm gonna do like a deep blue. And yeah, deep blue to lighter blue, smoky on this eye. This eye, I think I'm gonna do the purples and pinks. And then tomorrow I'm gonna do more of those kind of like neutrally tones that are in here. But let's go ahead and start. Where the mirror is placed is a little bit strange, but okay. Let's just start. We're packing on this blue. And it is very pigmented, wow. You guys, Profusion, I mean, I always talk about those tin pans, and there have been palettes that I didn't love from Profusion, like the, I'm gonna go in with the next to deepest shade right here. I'm just gonna pack on. Sometimes their collection palettes aren't quite as good as those tin pans. And then also those big mega palettes that they have, I used to like those and I don't like them anymore. I think I decluttered all that I had. They're not terrible, but they just aren't the same quality as those tin pans. But so far, this is kind of reminding me of the tin pans, going on like that really good formula. Okay guys, I actually decided to put this handheld mirror right here because where the mirror is placed in the palette would be fine if I wasn't filming. Filming, it's making it a little bit difficult because I need to just be kind of looking down lower. So I'm gonna use this handheld mirror, but thank goodness they put this handheld mirror in there then. Okay, next shade next to it. So I'm just packing these on side by side so that I can get this kind of monochromatic look and also use as many shades as possible. So just going darkest to lightest. Now this brush is a little bit different feeling from the other brushes that I own that I showed you guys earlier. Ooh, I like that cooler, like lighter blue. It's kind of like a denim blue. I really, really like that shade a lot. So yeah, the brush feels, the bristles feel a little bit softer. That's not a bad thing. I'm just used to a little bit firmer from them, but I think it's working nicely. I think I do kind of like the shape of this though too. The charm's kind of getting in the way. I think that's why they have it where you can remove it, but it sure is cute when it comes that way. And you can always take the charm off and add it on something else. But the shape of the little handle being like this curved broom, I think actually kind of works. I don't find that it's hindering me in any way. Okay, that is looking good. So we've used 1, 2, 3, 4 of the blue shades. And now I'm gonna go in with this lightest one here and place that. You guys, I have this, I don't know if y'all can see it. I don't think y'all can see it. It's the same spot where I swear I got a mosquito bite right on the inside of my eye. Like, what mosquito does that? A deranged one? But it was like a month ago and went away and it's back. And now I'm like, did I get bit again? Or was that never a mosquito bite? I'm a little bit confused by that. Okay. Let's see, I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna switch brushes here. Yeah, I'm gonna switch brushes. I'm gonna go in with this small one here. I'm gonna pick back up that deepest blue. And I'm gonna kind of use that to extend this out some to kind of get more of like that elongated shape. Okay, I do think I'm gonna take this clean brush. I'm just gonna see, I think that they look really nice all laid down together like that. I'm just gonna take this and kind of blend right here all into each other. These are so incredibly pigmented. It's like, wow, 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 wow. Okay, I used all of the blues. So I think I'm just going to take all the shades that I used up top in the same order to mimic the lower lash line. Okay, I think that looks pretty cool. What I ended up doing was I used that light gray just under here to kind of like smooth out that line of the deeper blues. And I think that that like worked really well. That light gray would be really cool to diffuse some of the saturation because these are very, very pigmented. So if it's like, whoa, that's too blue, you would just mix this in to get it to lighten up. Now, clearly we're going really bold here because I'm just trying to use as many shades as possible. bold blue eye. We are going for it. Okay, there's so many shades in here. It's so hard to use them all. So we've got some shimmers that are blue here. Let's just look at a few. Okay, those are fun. This one's gonna be really fun. This would be a pretty, I think, inner corner. Then, oh, did I just do, I already did that one. Okay. Okay, these are all really pretty. I think I'm gonna take that one that is kind of like a silvery gray blue and just kind of pat that right here. Oh, it's so pretty. It just reminds me of like a deep night sky. Like that is so pretty. I love it. I think that they really, really nailed it color story wise. I'm not sure how the warm tones go in here. Maybe they were just trying to like, you know, make it a more versatile palette, which I think is fine. I think it's totally fine. Okay, let's do this one that I said would be a pretty inner corner. That is pretty. And actually you could take this as like an icy, what does this one look like? Oh yeah, this one is like, it actually has like a blue purple to it. So you can layer that on top to make it a little bit brighter. I'm gonna take that top icy one and just kind of run that right here. Okay, since I know I'm blue on this side, I'm gonna take that highlighter that had more of like the blue purple. I'm just gonna use this brush, not necessarily a highlighter brush, but let's just use it and give it a fun okay. Whoa, light hand. Whoa, let me fix that. Okay, I kind of fixed that a little bit. Maybe don't use that brush, that was too intense. And I mean, this highlighter is just like intense. It is. This is like your, like if you're a blingy highlighter girl, you definitely are gonna get that with this. I know some people like don't like that anymore. They like the really natural, just your skin is glowing. You can't really tell. That is not this, but I do think that's really fun, especially if you like that like bam highlight. That would also be so pretty on the eyes. So pretty. Okay, I can get over that highlight. That's nuts. It's really pretty. I am going to now go onto this eye and do the same sort of technique, only with the purples and the pinks, which they're a little bit lighter toned. They're not as deep. Okay, I definitely, can I do that with this mirror? It's gonna be kind of hard. Ooh, that is a pretty purple. So it's definitely going to be lighter, like more of like a mid-tone. There's not a super deep, unless I used, oh, there is. Ugh, I'm a dum-dum. There is a super deep purple in here. Okay, let me go ahead and just kind of build that up here. You guys, why did I not think about this before? If I turn the palette like this, it makes it so much easier to use this mirror. Like this is so awkward. This is just like having, why didn't I think of that before? Okay, so this purple, I'm trying to decide the deepest purple in here, this bottom corner. It's a little bit more powdery, like there's a little bit more kick up than even like that deepest blue. At first it was slightly kind of patchy, it wasn't going on as well. Now it's building up nicely, so I don't know if you need to get that first kind of layer off, because now it's playing pretty nice. But at first I was like, ooh, is this gonna be patchy? Now it's working pretty well. Okay, I'm gonna go back in with that first purple now and lay that down. I like that one. Okay, I need to blend those two because they're pretty different. Like they're pretty, like one is that deep eggplant, and then the next one is kind of like a deep lavender. So the difference between them is making it a little bit more difficult to blend, whereas the blue had a lot of tones kind of close to each other. But let's see. I wonder, I'm gonna take a little bit of this. There's a shimmer in here that's kind of like one of those matte shimmers that's kind of in between. So I'm gonna see if that helps kind of blend the two of those together. I think that's helping a little bit. Okay, it just takes a little bit of work. Not as easy as the blue, but that is okay. It's still looking pretty. I know purples are a little bit more difficult, a little bit more finicky, but I will say still for a drugstore palette, I mean, the like mid-tones in here to like almost pastels, they really, really perform, because I mean, they could very easily just not show up, you know, just a pastel that's like, oh, there's no pigment. They're reminding me, I'm not even kidding, these pastels in here and the midtones are reminding me of the Sickly Sweet by Blend Bunny. That's a palette that I recently talked about. That was a palette I never knew I needed and that I fell in love with and that exceeded my expectations. So that's really saying something, that these mid-tone and pastels remind me of those, because they really do. Like, they have great pigment, they're building up nicely, they're blending together nicely. It's really just, I wish there was another matte in between the deepest purple and the next shade to help blend that more seamlessly. But sorry you guys, I keep thinking it's recording and it's not. So I started doing something that I really, really like that I wasn't expecting. So I went in with this shade here that is actually more of like a deep berry than a neutral that I thought that it was. So I think that Far Side is a little bit more of like a berry tone instead of a neutral side. And I didn't plan on doing this, but I really, really like how this looks blended in to the purple here. And I think it kind of helps that issue of more seamlessly blending the purples together. I just think that looks super, super cool. I'm excited about that. Okay, for the bottom lash line, I think I will go in with, you know what? I'm gonna go in with the deep purple to connect out here like the other side. And then I think I'm gonna take that deep berry shade and put that right here towards the center. Okay, once again, I use that. It's really kind of like a super light blue-gray. I use that again to kind of just clean up this bottom portion of the lower lash line. Okay, so for this shimmer, I've used most of the shades. I didn't think that I would be able to get to most of the shades, but I've used most. Okay, we have this bright purple, which I'm liking. This looks like, ooh, that could be kind of fun. Okay, I think I definitely want to go in with this light purple. Now this isn't quite as sparkly as like this side, this blue shimmer that was super sparkly. This is a bit more of that subdued traditional type of shimmer, not as impactful. So I think what I'm going to do is take this, I think this is gonna be, yeah, this pinky. I'm just gonna kind of layer that on top. Still not as sparkly. It's still pretty. It's just a different kind of texture. It's one of those, like, if you like those more traditional type of shimmers, you might really like that. The color is super, super pretty though. Let's see. Ooh, this one is gonna be nice. I might save that one for tomorrow. Oh yeah, that's like, I wish there were more in here, that texture. That is so, so pretty. I think I'm gonna see. Let's take this deeper. shimmer. Yeah, the purple shimmers just aren't quite as impactful as the blue, but still pretty. And then, oh man, that cream one that I just swatched, like that is gonna be fun to use for sure. Okay, let's pop this pink in the center. You know what? Let's do a little bit of that cream because I want, oh yeah, okay. I'm putting that on top. I don't even care if it necessarily, oh yeah, see, see that text, that finish is so different. It is like, bam. Okay, that's really pretty. Okay, I'm liking that. Now I'm gonna do that other highlighter. Okay, so this is the more, I'm scared because I know this is gonna be, this is the more, ooh, I like this one. I like this one a lot. It's like the purple pink. That is super pretty. It's gotten a little bit brighter in here, so you can't see, but the fan brush is the way to go. Don't use a dense brush. I don't know what I was thinking with this side. But yeah, that is really, really, really pretty. I could even build that up maybe just a little bit more. Oh yeah, okay. These kind of remind me of like the Glamlight Michaela highlighters. So pretty. All right, you guys, I think now I'm gonna do liner, lashes. We may do something with the multi-chrome liners. I haven't decided yet, and we're definitely gonna try the lippies. Okay guys, so I put the lashes on, and then I also went in with the graphic liner now, or the multi-chrome liner. It's kind of hard to tell on this eye. It's a little bit too deep to see, but you can see that wing. And I just did this part, something to just flick on to see how they do, but they did really, really well. The lashes that I chose to use, I don't know if you guys can tell, the outer, just tiny cluster on the outside are actually blue. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's so cool. It's just this like real subtle blue, and it's just the little outer cluster. That's so neat. Then the lip, I went in with this shade that I thought was like a cool tone purple. It's actually like a baby doll cool tone pink. So I got my cool tone pink like I wanted. I do wish there was kind of a purple tone. And then I did go in with this lip topper, and this is a cool formula. What it is it goes on wet, it feels like water, and it almost instantly dries and just leaves a little bit of like sparkle. So it's definitely perfect for putting on top of like another formula, either a matte or, you know, like the lip balm, because it dries immediately. So if you just want to touch a sparkle, then you can put these on. But I think that this looks pretty cool. Now, I did go pretty, you know, monochromatic with the eyes because I was trying to just use as many shades as possible, but you could definitely mix the two. You don't have to go monochromatic. You don't have to go as bold. I just wanted to use those shades. But now we're gonna do look number 3, which is going to be more of those kind of berries and almost neutral tones. Okay guys, day 2, I'm gonna show you this real quick because I'm gonna take this lip off. This is the like poppy shade, as I've been calling it. It's in the shade Ghosted. I think it's a really pretty color, but I don't think it really goes with the theme. Like, I don't think this shade goes well with the shades necessarily that are in the palette, especially not really with this top. So I'm gonna take this off, but since it was on, I just wanted to show it to you. It's also on my cheeks, works a little bit better on the cheeks, I think, than it does on the lips as far as for the look that I'll be going for, but pretty shade, just not right for the look I'm gonna do today. All right, you guys, so what I did instead, I left that shade on, and then on top, I just put this Milani lipstick in Tuscan Toast. And I think it's kind of cool how you have like a little bit hint on the outline of that kind of corally poppy color. It kind of contrasts really pretty with the cheek. And I will say that formula feels really good as a first layer before putting a lipstick on it. It's like it, you know, since it is like a balmy formula, it felt really hydrating, and that lipstick went on so smooth. So that's kind of cool. You can always customize your colors that way. I'm gonna take the little lip topper that's this gold. And this is like, this formula doesn't really have a ton of pigment to it. It's like it goes on super wet and then it just dries down. I mean, it's called a lip topper. So it dries down with just these little flecks looking of gold. I think that looks really, really cool now. I really like this lip. So it all worked out. Okay, now let's get into this eye look. All right, today I'm gonna go much more simple since I went really kind of extreme yesterday with color. And I'm just going to take this shade with this fluffier brush. That is honestly, if you're a traditional type of like crease, upper crease, like neutral shade girl, this is perfect. I would say there's like a hint of pink, like a pinky peach to that shade. But yeah, it looks really, really pretty there. So next I'm going to go in with this shade here. And I'm going to put that just right on this outer portion. This kind of warms it up just a little bit. There's not too much warmth in this palette, mainly cool toned, but this does have a little warmth to these shades. Okay, you're getting some good color pigment payoff here because I'm going in with a very, very light hand because I'm trying not to go too over the top with this look because I always go a little bit more extreme than I intend to. Well, sometimes I intend to do dramatic and extreme, but whenever I'm not trying to, I always go a bit more bold, partially because I'm always trying to try out every shade. So if there are deep, bold shades in a palette and I use them, then it just kind of ends up going that direction. But now I'm taking that deepest one that we actually used yesterday unexpectedly. I'll get to that eye in a minute. I'm cheating and I'm doing my other eye off camera to catch up. So let's just blend that in a little bit better here. But this is really, really, really pretty. I think it's cool that you can get such different looks from this palette. It kind of has that like vampy look to it. Okay, I think I've used every matte except this one at least once. So I'm just gonna take that. It's like a much lighter kind of mauve shade and just kind of smooth out this harshness. I like how that kind of, if you use this light mauve, it kind of transforms a deeper berry into more of a cool tone pink, which is really neat. They were smart about including this shade, this one, this one, this one here, so that you can blend those into the deeper shades and create whole new shades. Really, really smart. Okay, now for the lower lash line, I might actually contrast that with this deep purple here. So we did use this in the last look, but we're gonna use it again. I'm just gonna take this lighter purple matte in here just to kind of lighten up this inner portion. It's still not my favorite purple matte ever. I mean, for drugstore, it's not terrible, but like we were saying, you know, matte, oh my gosh, my dog is snoring so loud, by the way, if you hear him. Purple mattes can be patchy. I do have some in my collection that perform a little bit better than this one, but for drugstore, it's not bad, but it's really only this shade. All the rest of these have performed really, really well mattes wise. Okay, now for shimmer, I definitely want to use this orange because have not tapped into that yet. So let's see what that looks like. Okay, I like that. That looks really pretty, especially with those shades. This is very fall looking. So yeah, I was saying in the beginning of the video that this side of the palette where I thought was more kind of neutrals ends up being more these like berry mauves. And these kind of lean more fall looking, while the rest of the palette I think is such a winter palette. But yeah, that orange is nice. That's really pretty. Okay, next we're gonna do that cream to powder formula that, man, it's kind of like the same thing with the Scooby-Doo palette with Wet n Wild, where they have this one like squishy cream formula in there that is so cool and unique for drugstore. I mean, look at that. For drugstore, that I just kind of wish that there was maybe one more in the palette like that. That is so impactful. Like, I really like using a brush for that instead of the finger like yesterday. Woo! All right, you guys, I think I'm really happy with how this looks. It's fun without being like too crazy over the top. So I'm gonna go ahead and put on the lashes and liner, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna discuss everything in the collection. I'll tell you what I liked the best and what I think maybe was just okay. All right, lashes are on. A fun little flick of the multi-chrome liner is on as well. So this time I'm using Fabulous is the style of the lashes. And then I used this one that goes, it's really hard to pick it up in the camera, but when I look in the mirror, this goes from like a fiery orange to a like green to a gold. It's really, really, really pretty. So what are my overall thoughts about this? My overall thoughts about this collection is that it's so cute, it's so good. I'm so impressed. Profusion does such a good job, and I think that they keep getting better and better. Packaging, absolute A+. The attention to details are so, so good. But now there's two things I did not use, and that are the sponges, and then also the little face and body gems. Now, it's just because I don't really use face and body gems. This would be the time kind of to use them, but I think I'm going to save them actually because they think that they could be really pretty at Christmas time. I think I'm gonna do a special Christmas look with those. And like I said, I'm not a big sponge user. And so I wanted to keep these clean because I think they're so cute, but they do feel very squishy and nice. The bag is adorable. It's a good size. It's enough to fit in like maybe for like a little weekend trip, just your makeup, obviously not any like skincare, but just makeup. Now the brushes I do like. I don't know that I love them as much as their regular brushes that I purchased myself, only because I do like the handles. I don't think that they got in the way of holding them, but I felt like they were slightly more flimsy just in the brushes, but I did actually like this one for packing on. I thought this worked better for packing than the fluffier or the more dense rounded ones for picking up the shadow. So they're kind of like, I like them. I don't know if I love them. This one's nice though. I think this one would be really good for like spot, concealing powder on like blemishes. I think you could probably use this as a blush. So I think that the handles are so adorable in those charms though. So next, I didn't really have anything that I hated. I either liked or loved, I would say. So next, let's talk about these cheek and lip tints. So I actually really love this formula. I think not all products that are claimed to be cheek and lip work that well for both. I think this gives a nice, pretty finish to the skin that is kind of glowy, but it's not greasy. It does not dry completely down, so you maybe need to set it a little bit with a powder like I did today. But I think it's really nice on the lips. It feels good. It's really pigmented. The only thing is shade-wise, just with this collection and with the eyeshadows, I like the cool tone pink, and maybe keep one of these that's kind of that bright orangey coral or pink, and then I wish the other one was maybe an orange or a terracotta to make it more tie in with like the fall colors that are in there. And then they're not cool toned enough, other than the baby pink cool tone purpley one, to really go with the rest of the palette that's cool tones. I wish there was just one different shade in here, but formula wise, I do really like them. And of course you can use them with other things. You don't have to use them with this palette. So if I was just going by that to have in my collection, I like all three of them. Now, the lip toppers I think are super cool. I don't know that I own anything like them, which is always a bonus in my book because I own a lot of makeup. But this formula is, like I said, it's that wet. It feels like water going on, and then it just dries down almost instantly and just leaves that. And I think that that's so cool because there's so many different matte lipsticks that I think would look so neat with these. And I do like all the colors that they chose for this collection to go with the palette. Also, I really enjoy these multi-chrome liquid liners. I think that they work really, really well. Sometimes with liquid liners like this, multi-chrome, you'll swipe it and you might get that first color, but then it just kind of fades out and you don't see the shift. Like I said, it's really hard for you guys to tell, but I promise in person, I can see the shift of colors on these, and they have really nice pigment, and I like the brush tip as well. Now, these highlighters, man, these so pack a punch. So today I'm actually wearing Fabulous, I believe. Yeah, Fabulous. That was that second one I put on yesterday that I think is more natural than the blue. The blue one is just that icy bam. This one just kind of looks like a really pretty shimmery blush topper almost if you're wearing a pink blush. But I think that they both have a place in my collection. If I want to go extreme with that other one, I can wear it. And I still think these would be gorgeous, gorgeous on the eyes. Now, as far as the setting spray and the primer, I honestly think I like the setting spray better than the primer. The primer is, I mean, if you have really, really, really dry skin, you might really like this. And I do have dry skin. I do like oil primers from time to time. Maybe it's because it's not quite winter time and my skin is dry, but it's not as dry as it can get. It just, I felt like I had a harder time putting my foundation over this time. I finally got it to work and I think the complexion looks really pretty. It's just, I don't want to try that hard to get my foundation smooth. So maybe I would like wear this on a day when I'm just putting on maybe a super matte foundation because I'm not that much of a matte foundation girl. So maybe those would pair differently. I will have to try that out. Now, the setting spray I love because I think it's so fun. It does have those little particles in it of glitter, but they're not chunks of glitter. And I feel like they're so kind of sporadically sparsely distributed that it's more like someone would be looking at you and maybe go really close and be like, are you glowing? Do you naturally have glitter on your face? Like, it's not like super obvious. So I really do like this. Now, the lashes, I really like, like I said, I buy their lashes all the time. One thing I love about Profusion lashes, I don't know what it is about the band, but it stays. Like it stays, it never pops up. I use the Kiss liner adhesive. It's my go-to. I try all different types of lashes and I love that liner adhesive, but some lashes tend to just pop up in the corner, and that's why I love that liner adhesive. I just dab it back on, goes back on. These never pop up. I don't know what it is about them. I do like a little bit more dramatic sometimes styles than these if I have eyeshadow. If it's just a day without eyeshadow, I think these are so pretty and more natural. So love those. The mirror is so cute. I love this mirror. It's adorable. I love that it's this iridescent, so cute. And lastly, the palette. So I really, really do enjoy this palette a lot. I think the star of the show in this palette are the blue mattes in here and these lighter purpley ones. The like pastels in here in the mid-tones perform so well. Very, very, very impressed. I also love this cream to powder formula here. Some of the shimmers were a little lackluster for me, but sometimes I think there is a place for that. I think it's flattering actually on the lids. It doesn't seem to show texture, which is an issue for people sometimes. So I think if you really like this color story and you don't want a lot of texture showing, I absolutely think this is worth it. Like I think I'm going to pull this out several times in the winter for sure. I think they did such a great job also on this packaging. And you guys, that is it. This was a long one, I know, but there were a lot of items in here to test out. I tried to be as thorough. I tried every shade in that palette between 3 looks. That's impressive. Okay, I'm just gonna say it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you guys had a beautiful Halloween. And as always, have fun shopping, budget shopping. Bye.